Feeling shameless. That one was loud.
Loud as fuck.
Feeling shameless. We back with another episode of the CreativeHub podcast. I just want to say before we get started, our last episode did very well. Got a lot of good feedback. We appreciate all the sharing of it, the likes, the comments, all the support. We love the support. You feel me? We keep grinding. You know, we trying to get to the next step. You already know. You got anything to say about the last episode?
Man, there's just a lot of support I didn't really expect, but hey, we're here for it. And you know, we're gonna be dropping episodes every Friday, so just keep tuning into those. And yeah, we're here for a good time, man. So let's get this shit going.
So before we get started, thank you for the 1,000 followers on TikTok.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all for that. We about to get started. Today here we got somebody like real special, you know, like I'll say he's real special. You feel me? I see him as a creative genius, and feel me right now. And in the future, y'all gonna know who he is. Like he's on the come up for sure. He's representing for South Florida. He's representing for the whole creative wave that we got going on. Who y'all think we talking about today? We talking about the great Kriss Hidalgo, man.
Yo.
Hey. Yeah. Welcome to the Shameless Studios, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I like the setup you guys got going on here. You know, I was telling Maine before, I really like the whole idea of like you guys really kind of trying to put on for the community here in South Florida, because there's so much just talent coming out of here. And like, I honestly think Miami, South Florida in general is going to be, mark my words, it's going to be bigger than Miami. I mean, it's going to be bigger than New York, bigger than LA. So I mean, I'm excited. You know, there's just so much raw talent coming out of here, and you know, eventually we're not going to be unnoticed anymore. So
that's facts, bro. We gotta catch it while it's early too.
Yeah,
slightly riding this wave right up. So
yeah, for sure. So
let's get the boring stuff.
Yeah, we about to get started. So just tell them who you are and you feel me, what you do.
All right. So my name's Kriss Hidalgo. I go on IG as Kriss W Hidalgo. W is my middle name, William. And basically right now, as people know me for, it's kind of just like with modeling. But I do a lot of other things as well. So right now I'm working on my own fashion label. I had one in the past. It was more kind of like streetwear, but I'm kind of like reworking the idea of it, more kind of turning it into like a high fashion label.
Some Virgil shit.
Yeah, and then I just do a lot of other stuff on the side, just kind of like as a creative collaborator. Recently just did something for Kevin, and as you can see, designed this whole website.
Sure.
And then just any other projects that I really find interesting, I just like to dabble with. So that's just kind of what I do. And yeah, I'm just trying to, you know, just really kind of just make myself more challenged in terms of like taking on projects that are just kind of, you know, something I'm not used to, you know, kind of make myself uncomfortable and just try to find a new version of myself every time I take on something. So I'm just constantly trying to reinvent myself, constantly just trying to find my own medium of art, essentially.
Would you say finding yourself is a hard thing to do? I feel like a lot of people don't exactly know who they are, and I feel like it takes a long time, and it kind of just hits you over the head once you actually get to it. Like, have you found? You think you found yourself as a person?
I think the best way to word this is like not necessarily finding yourself. It's more just like I've learned that we're creating ourselves. So like once you live in that creative mode of like you're constantly creating yourself and just creating everything around you, and not necessarily trying to find what your purpose is, but necessarily you just create things, and then you think I soon to realize once you just live in that just constantly creating, you find things that you like to do, and that's necessarily kind of finding yourself. So I think a better way of defining it is just, you know, not try to find yourself, just create yourself. And then if you live in that constant mind state, you'll eventually find yourself, you
Dude,
know?
you're on another level.
No, it's kind of crazy. I'm super into like the whole spirituality and like trying to like really understand like what our purpose on here in life is. And just that's what I'm trying to really do with my work. I'm trying to answer these existential questions that I have about life in general, like why we're here and why we're, you know, put on this reality to kind of do things. Cause like, I mean, we just kind of just born and like we have to do shit, you know, we have to have responsibilities. So like with me, with my art and stuff like that I haven't really released yet, but you'll see in the future, is just kind of just answering those questions that I have in my own mind. So yeah, it's kind of a lot, but I mean, I'm a very deep thinker. I mean, I definitely think it's something to do with my horoscopes. I don't know if people like, if you guys believe in that, but as a Scorpio, we're kind of known as like a deep thinker. We're very, oh, you're a Scorpio too? Yeah. So like, we're defined as like deep thinkers, and we're just, you know, constantly trying to find the answer to things. Like, I'm always very determined on what I want to know. So I always try to find a way. So like for me, it's always been art, fashion, music. So
yeah, I was gonna ask you that. With your mindset and your creativity, has it something that's always been within you since a little kid, or do you think you developed it over the few years? You know,
that's definitely a good question. For me, I always had it. It's always, you know, I did visual arts as soon as I was able to like kind of like write my own name. I was always just drawing, not necessarily with the same intent of trying to, you know, answer these questions that I have now, but it's more just kind of back then I was just doing it for fun. So it's definitely kind of both what you just said. I always just had that, you know, that thing inside me just to want to create, but now it's developed into this thing now where I find like my style of art or like my style of way of communicating is, you know, answering these questions that I have for myself.
Okay. So I know that, you know, just based on everything you just told us, you're much more than just a model, but I do want to touch on it a little bit just because, you know, that's kind of that's like the main field that you're in right now.
Yeah,
right? So,
I would say that for sure, yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about what it was like getting signed as a model, like what your experience was, like the story behind it?
So my story with getting signed as a model is actually pretty funny. So I had no intent of being a model at all. So I created my clothing brand back then when I was in high school, and I hadn't really no models to really like model for it. So I was just like, I guess I'm just gonna pose in my clothes, like as who wouldn't, as like, you know, as a creator of their brand, like who wouldn't want to pose for their clothes. So I wasn't really like cool or anything on Instagram or anything. Like I was like just some random nerd,
popular loner.
Yeah, I was just some random nerd. Like I had braces and stuff like that. Like I was like just a normal kid. Yeah, like it's like crazy. Like now I'm like totally different than I was back then. But I created this brand and like I was modeling for it. So then as I was doing that and kind of like selling out with stuff like that, like just around high school and stuff, I started really developing like a really good portfolio on my Instagram. And I had people start reaching out to me, you know, as like scouts and just agents in general. So I started just, you know, like, all right, like maybe I have something with this. So from there, I started reaching out to like agencies and stuff like that, just kind of see what could happen. I didn't really get too many responses at first because I was so young. I was like 17 and stuff like that. And I was like really skinny. So like a lot of the agencies here in Miami didn't really want my look. But then just one day as I got older, I was still kind of just modeling for my brand and stuff. I was about to turn 19 and I sent my book to WILHELMINA in Miami. And I still remember to this day who the scout was. Yeah. I still remember to this day, her name was Lexi. And she replied to my email probably like 2 days later. And then from there, like I was invited to the agency. And it's crazy too, that the moment I got to the agency, it was the day after my birthday when I turned 19. So it was like crazy. So like I went in and like super fancy, like hotel, like super fancy studio. Like, mind you, like, this was like my first time ever in Miami. Like, I'm from like Lake Worth, Florida, Boynton Beach. Like, there's like necessarily like nothing there, nothing really luxurious at all.
Right.
So like, this is like a whole new world for me. And like, as soon as I stepped in there, like, I just saw like the people coming out of the rooms and stuff like that, and like out of the elevators is like people with gold chains, like people just like expensive clothes. Like at this time, I didn't even know that much about high fashion. It was like just names like I've never seen before, like designer brands I've never seen. And I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah, you like this shit.
I'm like, damn, this is like I had no idea, like, because I knew like WILHELMINA was a cool agency, but I didn't know it was like this big of a deal.
Oh yeah.
So then
Huge.
I go up the elevator, I walk in, and then I meet the agent, and I do like, you know, a couple test shoots and stuff like that. And then literally like I wait in the waiting room for like 5 minutes, and then they offer me a contract right on the spot.
Dude, that's insane, bro.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to do something like that? They saw something special in you, bro.
And like, bro, like, I had no intent of getting, like, I had no intention of going in there, like, to get signed. Like, I had no idea what I was going to walk into. I was just like, I'm just going to give this a try because why not? Mm-hmm. And from there, I read over everything. Everything looked good, signed the contract. And then I would say like a week later after that, I got booked for Dior to do the presentation.
What? Dior. Man just dropped it on us. Man just dropped it on us like it was nothing.
Yes.
I got booked for Dior.
And
that's crazy.
Before all of this, did you have like any prior knowledge about signing or any of that?
I had no knowledge about agents, no knowledge about agencies.
Bro, this just goes to show.
No knowledge, and like I've never modeled for any other brand. It was just only my brand. And just like I knew like a couple photographers around my town because like we have a little art community going on in Palm Beach County. Shout out to the art community in Palm Beach County for real.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Because if it wasn't for that community, I would be nowhere. But yeah, from there, just like I was experienced with a little bit of photographers just because of that. But I had no real experience with like actual, like brands or like actual like fashion photographers or like agents. I had like, this is like new talk for me, like new game for me. So
yeah, I was gonna ask you, did you feel like any pressure when signing? Did you feel
honestly,
like you had
no.
a big jump or
no? I had no idea it was gonna be this big of a jump. Like I had no pressure at all. Like
oh, so you just didn't know what you're getting into?
I had no idea what because I was so clueless that I had like nothing. Like I went in like no pressure. I'm like, if I don't get signed, I don't get signed. Like I wasn't even thinking about getting signed. So like I don't know. It was just like super surreal that I got signed on the spot. And like once I got signed, I was like, all right, that's cool. I'm signed, whatever. But I wasn't like super really happy about it.
Yeah.
I was just like, I got signed, whatever that means. And then I got the Dior booking, and I was like, all right, that's cool. Like it's Dior, but like we'll see what this is. Like I was still kind of feeling it out. Like I wasn't sure about the whole modeling thing. So and then I got to the show, the men's pre-fall 2020 show. Here in Miami during Art Basel.
That's fire.
I remember.
It was a super big event.
I remember the Cardi pictures from that.
Yeah,
shit was crazy.
So like, I arrived there early, obviously, because like I had to be there at a certain time for the call time. So I get there and I was just like, all right, this is cool, whatever. Like, there's security and stuff like that. Obviously, it's Dior, I get it, but it wasn't until when like, it was ready for go time that like I really started like, all right, this is for real. Because then I started seeing Pop Smoke, I saw Cardi, I saw Lucas Sabat, I saw David Beckham, I saw Bella Hadid, I saw Kim Kardashian, I saw Kourtney Kardashian, I saw Travis Scott. And once I saw all these people all at once, mind you, I'd never seen famous people before this at all, like nada. So like I see all these people all at once. I'm bombarded in my head with all this like shit. I'm like, holy shit. I was like, this is when I was like, at the moment I was like, how the fuck did I end up here? I was like, how the fuck a kid from Palm Beach County end up with all these fucking people? So I'm like, all right, maybe this modeling shit is for real. I'm
sound like it now.
Yeah, so like I didn't. So I just to say, I didn't walk in the show. I did like the presentation for the Cadillac Boys. It it was a presentation because Christian Dior did a collab with Cadillac in the 1950s. So they're doing a remaster of that for the 2020 show. They were celebrating the 70 years, I believe. Yeah, it was 70 years. The 70 years of the Cadillac collab. So like some of the bags from the collection were inspired from the Cadillac collab. That were like some of the bags were like they look like the Cadillac headlights and stuff like that. So I was just kind of modeling as a presentation, kind of like a showroom. If any of you fashion people know what that is. So I did that. So like I would see all these people, they would take pictures of me with them and stuff like that. So like you'll see me, if you really like dig for the photos, you'll see me like posted up with like celebrities and stuff like that, like taking pictures of me. Yeah, so like then they had like an after party, and then I was like really able to like kind of like mingle with all these people. Yeah. So it was just like kind of surreal. I was just able just like to walk up to all of them, just like say what's up, and and just like act super normal with them.
Was there anyone that like stood out to you in particular? Like, did you have any like instant connections with anybody?
Crazy encounters or anything like that?
For me, the crazy encounter for me that was like kind of like, oh, like this is like a crazy moment, like celebrity moment, like I wanted like to go up like as a fan type thing, was definitely Lucas Sabat. Like when Lucas Sabat walked by me, it was like I instantly just wanted like yo, like I'm a big fan. I didn't, because I played the whole model thing, I didn't say what's up to anyone. Like I wasn't that, I'm like, I don't know, like it just didn't feel right in the moment to do something like that, especially like I'm like getting paid to do something there. Yeah. So like,
okay,
I didn't want to professional. Yeah, I was just trying to keep it very professional. But yeah, it was kind of crazy. And then I also have a funny story too, is that when I was at the fitting before, this wasn't at the show, this was like the day before, like getting everything tailored onto me. Kim Jones, obviously the designer at Dior. Yeah. I had no idea it was him, like pointing out like what colors I should wear, like how I should wear and stuff like that. He's like, oh, just go show your outfit to Kim. And I was like, I go up to Kim, no idea who this like guy was, just like he was just like looking at me. He's like, yeah, I want him in this and that. And like it was just funny because like after the fitting, I texted my friend and I was like, yo, who's Kim Jones? And they're like, who's what? They're like, who's what? And I'm like, Kim Jones, who is that? And they're like, yo, do you know that's like British Fashion Designer of the Year? That's the man at Christian Dior, the artistic director.
Holy shit.
I was like, damn. That's like someone who's like doing shit. Like,
yeah, you had no idea.
I had no idea. I'm telling you, like when I was going into this fashion show, I had no idea about anything. Like, it was just like,
dude, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
you know how many people like really want to get into something like this, and they know everything. Like,
I know. It makes me kind of feel bad in a sense.
Oh nah.
But like at the same time, like I've kind of like worked for it, like if it wasn't for like, all the shoots that I did in the past, to kind of like develop as a model. Necessarily, I wasn't trying to develop as a model, but like just like grinding so much on my brand before then, I wouldn't have like these opportunities. So,
bro, don't ever feel bad, bro. Like that, yeah, you were meant for something like that. Like this is like it's like natural selection at this point.
Like, because like I kind of see it now, and I'm like starting to really understand. It's just like, damn, like I really was kind of born to do this, because like I can't envision myself doing anything else. Okay. Like, I don't know, like I just like my motto in my life is like I just feel like I've always had this like really good way of just making things look cool. Like just from the jump, like always as a kid, like I was just like always just making things like look cool. If it was art, me putting on something, like I don't know, I just always had like that thing, and like a lot of people say that to me, because now I've been getting into acting and stuff like that recently. But like even the directors in acting, they're like I don't know what it is about you, but like even though you're not an experienced actor, but you just have that thing about you, like you just have this energy that you carry, is that you make things look supernatural. And I was like, I don't know what it is. It's just I don't know. They say just people are born with it. And I guess I just have it. I guess,
Definitely. I know what you mean. Some people just born with it.
They're just born with it, and they just don't know how they describe it. They're just like, I don't even necessarily call it swag. It's just like, I just think it's just their energy and their aura, how they carry their intentions with life. I just feel like I just carry such a natural intention with life. It's just like, I feel like my energy is so pure that like, you know, people just feel that energy reciprocated. Yeah. And it oozes off to other people. I just feel like that's what it is.
Shit, I feel you. I definitely feel that. I want to ask you, because you said you did develop over time to be a great model and to get these opportunities. I wanted to ask you, what are like some things that people like they think they know about modeling that they don't know, or something that they think they like that you know they have to work on to be able to get to a certain echelon?
I would definitely say people don't understand how cutthroat this shit is for real. Like it's mad cutthroat, mad cutthroat. Like
explain that.
I would say like agents and agencies and casting directors are so specific on what they want as a look that like I feel like models they kind of like forget like that people are just so specific with their vision, and like they get kind of like hurt, or like they get their feelings hurt by like not getting casted for a certain thing, or like not getting a certain job, or you know. But like I feel like all the models need to understand, like obviously we're models, we're all beautiful and stuff like that, you know, to society in a sense. But you know, like it's just, you know, like certain designers want a specific look, you know. And I've been understanding that more recently, because like I would even to myself, like I'm a super confident person. If you guys know me, like I'm pretty confident, like really confident. But like I don't know, like sometimes it's just like I feel like the industry would just beat you up sometimes for real. Like you like start questioning like, damn, am I good looking enough or am I not? But it's just like I've been learning to understand it's just like it's not really about that. It's just really just like they're just looking for a specific type of look. Okay. Like they just have the specific vision in mind, and like some of the it's just most of like sometimes you're like your look is just not that vision, you know.
I wanted to ask before we leave the topic of like you getting signed, is there anything that you would like, any tips that you would give somebody that's trying to get signed right now, as someone that's looking to get signed to an agency? What are like some things that you definitely recommend that they do, or like any tips that you have for like confidence or whatever it might be? Like what do you think helped you get signed over other people?
All right, so first off, this is like the main thing, like you gotta have the genetics. I'm being totally honest. Like I'm keeping it sweet and simple. Like if you don't have the height, and if you don't have like the specific,
what's the height?
The height for males is above 6 foot.
Has to be above 6 foot.
Yeah, to be signed to the agency. To be signed to the agency though, maybe runway, yeah, 6 foot. If you want to be like a model, you can slide by if you're 5'10", 5'11". Slide by. So you have to be a good model though. You have to be
so a really for me, it's like raps. I'm like 5'8".
Yeah, like I'm sorry, like I'm being like just straight up honest. Like these agencies and agents are not gonna look at you. Like if you don't have a specific height, you're not being looked at. But now what I can say is that doesn't mean you can't be an independent model. You don't have to be signed to an agency, especially now with Instagram.
That's big though. Yeah,
I feel like independent models now get paid more than people signed at agencies.
You guys need to listen to this. You don't need to be signed to be successful in the modeling
agency. You can do it on your own, baby.
You can really do this shit on your own. I know people who are independent and they make way more money than I do as a model. So you don't necessarily need to be signed. I'm just saying if you want to be signed to an agency and have that security.
So you got the height.
You gotta have the height for sure. And then other than that, once you have that, you have the height, you have the requirements, then it will kind of just be building your book. So you definitely want to get like headshots, definitely want to get like full body pictures, and like, what else? Like lifestyle pictures. Like just kind of showing your personality. I feel like that was the reason why I got chose at WILHELMINA other than other models, because like I'm really good at showing my personality in pictures.
It's huge.
Especially back then. I mean, I don't have those pictures up anymore, but the pictures back then, like I definitely showed like my character and my persona in the pictures. So like definitely have pictures like that in there with like facial expressions and stuff like that. Just showing something else rather than just like, you know, what you usually see like on Instagram and stuff. Just like, you know, just be different a bit, you know. And I would say like that, just that. If you want to get signed to an agency, so just have the height requirements, and then just having a really good book. And then from there, once you have a really good book, just start sending them out to agencies. So
how many agencies would you like recommend somebody send their portfolio to? You think you should send it to everybody? Like
just as many as you can. Okay. But like, do your research first on what agencies you send your stuff to, because there's certain agencies that only look for specific type of models. So definitely do your research. Like agents, I just know this because like I have close relationships with a couple of agents, and like if like agents expect you to, like, especially if they're at a prestigious agency, they expect you to know what they look for, you know?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, like,
so you really have to do the research then.
You would really have to do your research. Like, I just got lucky with WILHELMINA because that I just somehow fit in. I'm telling you, like, I'm like a one in like 100,000, like what I did basically. But like, I know with other people, they really have to grind and stuff like that. So like, definitely do your research and really look into like what you're doing first when you're sending out these pictures, because like they expect you to know what they like. Because like obviously they have the name, they have the prestigious of being that agency. So just kind of know. That would be my best suggestion for sure.
All right, for sure.
So I just got one more question, like expanding on that, and I guess we could change the subject. Sure. But just to expand, like how important is like your social media presence and like what you're posting and you know your content?
Yeah,
like how big of a deal is that?
That's definitely very important, especially as a model. I used to be really good with social media before. I'm not the best now, just because I'm dealing with so many projects now. But definitely like whatever you have on your book should be posted on Instagram as well. It has to go hand in hand.
Instagram's like your portfolio now.
Yeah, Instagram is definitely like your portfolio now. Like, I mean, honestly, I get casted now for my Instagram more than my own book at WILHELMINA. Like, I got casted for Zara just from like an Instagram DM that someone just saw me on Instagram.
Oh, fire.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, tell us about that. What the fuck?
And then the Zara, that was I still don't know what season it was for, because I just forgot because it was so long ago. I did that shoot in October. But it's like a worldwide campaign, so it's gonna be like in stores and stuff like that.
Oh, it's not even out yet.
No, it's not out yet.
Bro, so you're about
I posted the pictures already, but it's not out yet.
Wait, so you're gonna be like in the store, like I can walk into Zara, you're gonna be
you're gonna see my face. Yeah.
That's so fire.
Yeah.
That's so fire.
It's kind of cool.
That is fire.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
All right, bro. Let's get into the interesting stuff. Let's talk about the bread. Okay, so how much would you say? Is it like based on like? Do you think that you can pinpoint like how much you make a month, or is it based on like a job basis? Like,
it's definitely based on a job basis.
So how much do you think on average you're making from like a job at your agency?
It really depends.
It's like a rough estimate.
You don't got to be super specific.
It just depends on who the client is, and when I mean by client, like the brand or whatever you're shooting for. If it's like e-commerce, which is kind of like doing like the pictures for the website and stuff, that pays the most, 1,000%. Like doing e-commerce, you can easily like average about like for like a day, like 3,000 to 5,000, and that's just not even as like an established model.
That's a day.
Just one day of shooting?
God,
yeah, around there. It depends. And sometimes it's like 3,000 to 5,000 for 2 days. It really depends.
Holy shit.
But that's just as not even like a developed model. Like that's just like what I know.
Yeah.
But like if you're a developed model and you have a following, oh my God, you're doing like 30,000, 40,000 to shoot.
So like just to throw out like a random example, like bloody Dior, bloody Osiris, like what you think they looking like?
Him, because he's more like an influencer. I wouldn't necessarily call him like, he's not really signed to an agency.
Like a model, yeah.
But he's definitely, just because he has like a really good following, he's probably making like 40,000.
Oh wow!
If it's like a promo or like a collab,
right?
Because I know influencers and they make easily like 40,000, 50,000 like an ad.
That's a good brand.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
40, 50K.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's crazy.
Damn, I wish I was 6 foot. Shit.
I mean, but that's not even. But that's like just being an influencer. That's not even like being a model.
True, because I think
that's what because like with
like,
the following, if you have a following as a model, that just adds to your check. You know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense. So what's like the most that you made in like one job?
One job, like
highest paying job that you had so far?
Probably like 5,000, I think.
What was that for?
American Apparel. Yet to see those pictures.
Top notch.
It doesn't matter though.
At least you caught the bag.
Out the bag.
That was that.
Off the bag.
American Apparel. Mm-hmm. We got 5.
It was like because originally it was supposed to be for gilding, and then it turned to like American Apparel. But it was pretty cool. That was e-commerce. I was at that shoot for 8 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of time though. Like, if you're standing in front of a camera that's flashing, oh my god, for 8 hours, it hits you, man.
Damn, so modeling isn't as easy as people think, huh?
I mean, it's still fairly easy for sure compared to other jobs.
So? Okay.
But like, yeah, 8 hours at a shoot, it's definitely time consuming.
Nah, for anybody, that'd be very tedious.
I would definitely say acting is more challenging for sure. Because I was recently just on set for this film that a director that I know is working on. And oh my god, like I had like full on makeup and stuff like that, like crazy. And like I had, just to get my makeup done, it was like 2 hours, and then I'm on set for like 5 hours.
Whoa.
Acting is way more tedious. I didn't know acting was like that until I started doing stuff in acting. I'm like, I tip my hats off for people in acting, like for real.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro.
That's for sure a job, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Acting is the real bag.
Really? You think
acting is for real the bag?
They make way more than. Well, yeah, they probably do.
I mean, think about it. Like,
people are
just the numbers that actors pull. Like a movie alone makes way more than a campaign does. Obviously, like there's movies that make millions and millions and millions of dollars, and those actors have to get paid. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, imagine how much he makes a movie. You know how busy he is. And like all the stuff he has to do, like all the roles he has to play, like not everyone can do that. He's so talented that like, obviously it's Leonardo DiCaprio. Like you have to pay him top dollar.
You have to pay him. Like
you gotta pay him top dollar. Like if not, he's gonna find someone else. You know, he's gonna find another director's gonna have him in the movie. Obviously,
that's facts, yeah, for sure. Damn, and like the biggest brand that you've worked with.
Biggest brand that would be Dior.
Dior. What's like the second one?
Zara for sure.
Third one. We talked about this.
American Apparel. I say American Apparel. I mean, American Apparel is like in Walmart. And
yeah,
shit.
no, American Apparel is definitely.
I mean, I'm probably in a Walmart somewhere. Honestly, to be honest with you.
Damn, bro, we gotta find that photo.
I need to find that. Because I did pretty good at that shoot. I know like those pictures came out really good. I just don't know where they are.
Guys, I confirm. If you could find that picture of Kriss, we will give you some type of prize.
Yes.
If one of y'all find it,
that'd be crazy.
We got something.
I can't lie, that would be insane. We got somebody to find.
Because like I mean, sometimes what they do is like my friends tell me like sometimes like people in like Africa will send them pictures of them, and it's like sometimes they release it in certain continents. You know.
That makes sense. Okay.
So like, I'm probably like. Who knows? I'm probably like in China right now or something. Who knows?
Yeah, I probably don't want to like flash the screen.
Yeah, like, can you imagine? I'm like in Tokyo and I have no idea.
You don't even know.
I'm like on some big screen in Tokyo,
insane, bro.
And I would have no idea. But that's how it works though with these shoots. Like they don't tell you where the pictures are. It's like that's the one thing I don't like.
They just use you and then
they don't tell me like where the pictures are.
Kick you the bag and then all right, you can go.
Yeah. Like I physically have to find these like the Zara pictures. I had to physically go find. You know.
Wait, so there's a Zara that has your pictures up right now, or no?
No. That was I went through the production company. I had to find the production company and they posted those pictures.
That's really smart.
The Dior pictures I had to physically go hunt down, and I had like people send me pictures from the so Dior ones. Yeah. Then the Harley Davidson, like the show I did, I had to physically go find the videos of me doing the runway walk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, so what is walking like? Is that hard to do? Like, is it just walking or is there something to it? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, is there a technique to it?
There's definitely like, I feel like when you start adding techniques, like your walk gets worse. I feel like.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like then it just changes, like, because like really the designers want you to walk naturally, but like I don't know. I feel like once you start adding techniques, it just takes away that natural walk away from it. And then you're just trying to look like everyone else.
Yeah.
You know, like the best walks in fashion, like Naomi Campbell, I do the catch, like their walks are just so natural and so swift. Like I study their walks because like the way how they move their hips, just everything, the confidence they have, the stare, just crazy. But like to me, it doesn't look like it's technical. It just looks like they're just walking.
They're just doing what they do.
They're just doing what they do. You know, I feel like they're not thinking about it. They're just walking.
They probably mastered it by now, though, right?
Yeah, they definitely mastered it. I mean, they're booked all the time. I mean, Naomi's she's not modeling anymore, but when she was booked for everyone, you know? And I haven't even really done like a real runway walk yet. I did something for Harley Davidson. I don't really count it. I mean, it was a walk, but I'm talking about like, I want to do fashion week type shit, you know? Like when I do fashion week and like I'm on Vogue runway, then that's a real walk for me.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so who would you say is your like biggest inspirations?
Definitely Virgil Abloh for sure. Luca Sabat, Childish Gambino or Donald Glover. Who else?
Damn, you got any models in there?
Models, Alton Mason.
Alton Mason.
Alton Mason's a big inspiration for me.
That's probably my favorite one too.
Who else? I think that's Kanye West is another inspiration of mine. I think that's pretty much it.
Okay. So other than modeling, let's like escape that for a second. What else do you do?
So I do a lot of things. Just to kind of narrow it down. The reason why I have like all these skill sets is like when I made my brand, I did everything by myself. I used to have a partner, but like we kind of separated ways just because like we didn't really align with things. Not like personally or anything. It was just like his vision was something else and I wanted something else from the brand. So from there, I kind of did everything myself. But I made my own website for the brand. I designed everything for the brand. I did even the photography for the brand. I modeled for the brand.
Dang, so what did your other counterpart do?
I mean, he was there doing like, mostly he did the photography. Shout out Daniel. I don't know if you're gonna watch this, but
damn.
But he did.
The best in the shadow.
No, I'm not talking about the best. Like he did like do the photography side of things, but like that's all he kind of really did.
Okay.
And like I started realizing that I can do a lot of other things. So like I designed everything, I modeled everything, I even did the photography. What else did I do? I think just those three, and then from there I started really like perfecting my craft. Like I would always like reinvent the website. I would always like come up with new ideas for designs. So I like learned Illustrator, I learned Photoshop. I even edited videos too, like the video campaigns for the brand, and that's how I kind of like learned everything. And then I didn't know like that was such an essential skill for a lot of people until like I started coming down here. I was like, damn, like no one really does this. Like I did everything myself, and then like everyone here just hires people to do shit.
I know exactly what you mean. Like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know that was a thing. Like I just did everything myself because like for me, first off, I didn't know people who did that type of stuff. I was the only one like in my school I was the only really creative person in my school. So I just did everything myself, and I kind of developed all these skills, and then people started paying me to do things, and then I was known for doing that for a little while, and then I started doing things more for the money, and not necessarily anything creatively inspiring to me. So I stopped doing it for a while, and then now I just recently did it again because Kevin needed a website for As You Can See, and like I really liked the vision of it. So that's the reason why I accepted the project, and you know I collaborated with him to design the website. I mean, I hope to do things like that again, and I'll have like my own website up just to kind of like see what
control traffic. And
stuff, just so like kind of people can see what I do and what my portfolio is. Just for right now, I'm not gonna take on too many projects. Just anything that's creatively inspiring. So like if people hit me up and like I say no, don't take it personally. Just like I just don't find your idea very inspiring. And that's not a bad thing. It's just it's not a bad thing. It's just like
to be sometimes.
It's just how it is sometimes.
Would you say like it's hard to like inspire you, or would you say like it's hard for you to find inspirations at times?
I wouldn't say it's because I'm inspired 24/7. It's just like, for me, it's more like if I'm gonna take on another project, it has to align with my ideas as well. So like Kev's, as you can see, project definitely aligned with me because he's already selling like, you know, the stuff that I like to wear. Like he's selling Rick, he's selling, you know, Marc Jacobs, he's selling like all these like crazy designer items. And obviously he has like one-on-one stuff. So like I was super into it and I was like, I'll help him out because this aligns with my vision because like I wear this stuff all the time and I want to be in this type of field, you know? So like I didn't have a problem with slapping my name on that. But like I have a problem back then was like slapping my name on stuff that I didn't really like, and I didn't want people to know that I did that. You know
I know you wanted to just create it and then just
like I don't want to like I hate to say this, but I'm just being like brutally honest. I just don't want to slap my name on cheesy shit. You know, I don't want to be like I don't want to be known to be a sellout. You know, like
that's very big
like I want to do shit. I want to do shit strictly for like the culture and the community. I don't want to do shit for the bag. You know. And luckily, I'm at a point now where I don't have to necessarily compromise with my intentions. Yeah. I can pick and choose now. So,
bro, I'm honestly like super because I want to go back to the modeling thing because I'm still curious about some things. Can you like describe like the lifestyle of a model? Like what's like the day in life of that?
Shit.
Have you been traveling? Like they flying you out places? Have you seen anything crazy? Like, so tell us about that.
The modeling lifestyle. Not gonna lie, it's a pretty good lifestyle to live.
That's fire.
As far as, you know, getting flown out and stuff like that, I haven't been actually flown out for a job yet. I've been kind of like pump faked a couple of times, but then COVID happened. I was supposed to get like flown out to LA to do this whole shoot and all this stuff. I was gonna get paid like $5,000 just to be there. Hotel was paid for. Ubers were paid for.
Wow.
And yeah, but like obviously COVID happened. A lot of things changed once COVID happened. Like I didn't necessarily like, cause I've only really been modeling for like 3-4 months before COVID.
Damn, I did not know that. That's a really short time.
Yeah.
And you were already casted for Dior. So that's
like I wasn't like, I can't even imagine if COVID didn't happen where I would be now. It'd definitely be different. Probably wouldn't even be living in Florida anymore, to be honest with you. But, so like I'm not even like a developed model yet. I wouldn't even say like developed or established. Like I'm still like a new face. I wouldn't even say like I'm an actual model yet because I'm still like testing the waters. I'm still figuring out what my image and look is gonna be. Definitely think this might be my look though with this hair because it looks like I've been getting like a lot of good compliments from agents and stuff like that. So in terms of that with the model lifestyle though, with the whole model lifestyle, I kind of just adapted and like find my way around with things. I've noticed I'm really good at slithering my way into good opportunities. And yeah, like I've been blessed with a really good job. If you guys don't know, I work at Saks Fifth Avenue. So I get paid really good there and I'm able to travel whenever I'm free. And I would just start just hanging out with like other models, like in New York or in LA and stuff like that. And it really was when I started traveling to LA when I started really experiencing like the model lifestyle, like going out to events, parties, stuff like that. But not like to like, you know, like get drunk and stuff like that. Like I feel like a lot of people get it mixed up with like how model parties are or like influencer parties are. It's not necessarily like a college party. Like I've been to a college party. Oh my God. Like that's just like, it's literally just sex and like alcohol and drugs. Like it's literally that's it. Like that's the point of going to a party.
Right.
But like with the parties in LA and New York or like Miami, it's like you're going there to network, meet people, and like you're hoping to meet people so you can work with them in the future type of thing.
Yeah, definitely. You wanna.
So I started getting involved in that over in LA and met some really cool people. And then from there, I just started really going back just for like specific events or like specific parties, and then really just branching out my connections. And then from there, that's where I kind of started adapting this model lifestyle, or like influencer lifestyle, without having the following and stuff like that, just because I'm around it.
Yeah, that's true.
So like, you know, I go out to like really nice dinners. I go to like the best hotels. I'm always around the, you know, really good looking women. So like,
bro, I gotta ask, bro. Now that you're a model, how are the women, bro? Has your league like stepped up ever since you got signed?
1,000%. 1,000%. I do not mess with college girls no more at all. That used to be my thing when I was in college. The sorority girls and stuff, they can fuck out my face now. I'm not dealing with their bullshit no more.
It's crazy. What are the women like in the modeling industry?
Oh my God, they're fantastic.
Damn, bro.
How them DMs looking though?
Oh, yeah, what do your DMs look like?
My DMs are very confusing. My DMs are very, very confusing for sure.
What does that mean?
So like I'll get like girls just like oh my God, like I want you type shit, like so weird. Like these girls be coming with energy. But then I also have like guys, because like obviously as a male model, you know, we do shoots that are a little bit, you know, metrosexual, and like we kind of break the boundaries in terms of like masculinity and femininity, and so definitely people get the wrong image of me, or like the wrong image of my sexuality per se. And I have a lot of guys in my DMs for sure.
Wow.
I mean, I'm pretty open-minded. Like, I don't really care, like, because I understand. I don't really, like, shut them down or anything. Like, I just, like, oh, like, thank you. But, like, you know, like, I don't go that way, you know. I'm, like, super respectful about it.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm super open-minded with people like that. You know, so, and, you know, I have, like, a lot of friends, you know, that are gay. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. You know?
Being this day and age and in the field that we're in,
you know, you're gonna have to encounter that. You know, like there's nothing wrong with it. That's what I'm saying. It's just like some dudes get a little annoying. That like they still don't believe that I'm straight. And they try to encourage me to turn gay, but
that's insane.
It's just like, yo, like I respect your sexuality, but like respect mine as well. You know, I'm showing you the same respect. Just respect mine. So that's just the only thing that I wish from the people in my DMs, please. Like, it's kind of annoying.
Dude, what's like the craziest DM you ever gotten? Have you gotten like a DM from like a supermodel before, or like an account with a crazy high following before?
Yeah, like I've gotten like a couple accounts with a crazy following. I mean, a crazy one is like, oh no, I can't do that. No,
you can't.
I would just say a director in Europe, you know, just trying to fly me out to Paris. That's all I'm gonna say.
Trying to get some
definitely wanted something else than just a job. He definitely wanted something else. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we ain't got.
And still, you know, wanted to encourage me to fucking go out to Paris with him, but.
Yeah, bro.
That's probably one of my craziest ones, but and like just sending pictures and stuff like that. Like, all right, like you don't have to send me unsolicited pictures. Yeah. No. yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I didn't know it went like that.
No. You'll be surprised, bro.
Holy shit.
That's one thing I've learned about the entertainment industry is that it's real. The people that work in this industry are real.
They're raunchy, bro.
Really, yeah. A lot of people in this industry are very raunchy. Yeah.
That's scary.
But it's definitely way worse with the females. Like I talk to the female models, and it's way worse.
Definitely, you hear
it's
some
10
horror
times
stories.
worse.
Yeah.
10 times worse.
So you think it's much harder to get? Do you think it's much harder to get through the industry as a female model? Do you think that they get it harder, easier?
That's a good question.
Is it like harder for them to get jobs or?
It's definitely more competitive to get jobs. Yeah, definitely more competitive to get jobs. But in terms of like getting opportunities and like in terms of networking, I would say females have it a little bit easier. But that also can be double-sided sword because then most of the guys probably like expecting something in return with the females.
Wow.
So that's the one thing I would say for sure. Because like with the guy, it's harder to network because like most of the times like the people hosting events don't want guys there already. And like, for example, like if I want to go to an event, I can't bring any of my guy friends. I can only bring like female friends. Like I'm like lucky enough that I get in because I've networked my way through the industry, you know? But in terms of like females, they can easily get their way in because they're females. But that's just something I gotta say to males. Like, bro, y'all so fucking horny, bro. Like, dog, like just have a normal event party with people, bro. Like, don't make it to be like, oh, we need to have a specific woman at this party, you know? I don't know. That's mad whack to me. Like, oh, the ratio. Like, bro, who gives a fuck about the ratio? Like, either way, I'm gonna take your bitch. Like,
definitely. Show.
All right, then.
I wanted to ask you, bro.
That's crazy.
Because one thing with me, like, relationships mean like a big thing. That's like a big deal to me. So I wanted to know, because like you've seen, you don't think you're up or anything like that, but
no.
You feel me? I do think you have some success, and from that I know like things tend to change with you and people and stuff like that. So like, have anything happened with like the people around you since like you've been coming like a new person into this new wave? Like, has happened like with any of your relationship, or everybody stayed the same?
Not necessarily. I feel like everyone stayed the same because I have a really good eye of like knowing who my true friends are. First off, to begin with, coming into the like fashion, I had a really small circle already. So like I would say definitely, people from my hometown definitely treat me differently now. But like they weren't like my close friends anyway, so like they don't expect shit from me, you know?
Yeah.
Like no one can really like say anything that helped me with my success besides my mom and my dad, because they provided for me when I was at my lowest, you know, in terms of like giving me rides to like specific stuff or like just anything in general. Like those are the only people who can really have a say like with what I have now. Anyone else, not really.
Yeah,
like,
so you can't say that anyone switched up on you. Like you, like once
really.
you got signed, like there was no one that just.
Yeah, that just tried to kick it with you just because you got signed.
I mean, there's definitely people who try to kick it, but I already know that's what they're on. So like, I don't hang out with them at all.
Around.
I don't have them. They weren't around to begin with. You know, like the people I have around now are the same friends I have before then. You know, anything. I mean, I have more friends now because I met people in the industry and stuff like that. But like, even with them, like it's a close relationship because I'm really good with connecting with people on a very personal level. And like, if I don't connect with you on a personal level, you're just not my friend at all. Right. You know, I have very, very, very few friends compared to like most people my age, I guess. Like I only really mob around with like at most like 5 people like on an everyday basis, you know? Right. And then I have acquaintances, but we're still on that personal level. It's just like we're just not close by enough to talk on an everyday basis.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like are the people in the industry different than regular people? Like how are the people in the industry nowadays?
No, I would definitely say they're normal. They're definitely just like humans? You and just like you and I.
They don't act like higher up or anything like that?
Definitely some people do, but it's not all of them. The only people who really feel like they're entitled to people are already people who are not doing shit anyways. They're just surrounded by it.
Yeah, okay.
They're like, maybe they're just like, oh, like just a friend of someone, and they just act entitled because they're that person's friend.
Yeah.
And like that person who's really popping is just like, they're unaware that person just like, they feel entitled. I don't know. Like,
yeah, like they are already just blind to the fact that this person is acting like that.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. That's just something crazy. I noticed. But don't get me wrong. There's definitely people who act entitled. But for the most part, like I said, like already with my energy, I only surround myself with people who are kind of like me. So I've encountered people like that. But maybe it's different for other people because, I don't know, I'm just really good at sensing people's energy and like how I tend to gravitate towards certain people. Like the people I know now, they're the most like humble people I know that are really like doing shit like that. And like me and I pretty much talk to them like on almost like everyday basis. Like we're just hella cool, you know?
Right.
Like I don't know. And it wasn't even like I met them like on some like, oh, I'm trying to be your friend because you have this and that. It's just like, it was like super genuine. Like, I had no idea who they were, first off.
Yeah.
And then we just kicked it off at like this LA party. And like, I mean, that's about it. Like, we just kicked it off because like we were cool, you know?
It's more genuine like that.
Like,
honestly,
I'm a genuine, you know, I mean, I just feel like I'm a genuine person in general. And like, people see that and like, oh, he's genuine. Like, I'm just fucking him because like he's cool, you know, he's laid back, he's open minded, you know.
Yeah, it's not even about the work or this guy can he could put me in this position or none of that. It's just you mess with him, like or whoever there is, it could be a her. You just mess with that individual for them being that individual.
Exactly.
Bro, what would you say is like the best connection you've gotten since you like got signed? Like, what's the best network that you've gotten since you got signed? Probably the person that's helped you the most throughout your journey.
Definitely, I would say probably my agent, Alex at WILHELMINA. If it wasn't for Alex at WILHELMINA, I wouldn't be where I am now.
Shout out to Alex.
And my parents. Without my parents and Alex at WILHELMINA, I wouldn't be anywhere.
So you haven't met anyone that you could consider like a mentor or anything like that?
No, not really. I don't really do the whole mentor thing. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like it's better for me to kind of trial and error rather than have someone kind of guide me. Because like we just like everyone has their different experience and they come from different backgrounds. It's just like we're never gonna align because like we just come from different backgrounds. We have different perspectives of like.
Interesting way to see it.
Yeah, because like everyone has a different perspective on life. So why am I gonna have someone else kind of mentor me with a different perspective? Like I don't want to have their perspective. I want to have my perspective.
Yeah.
So like I'm just kind of I just want to kind of trial and error it.
Not gonna lie, that's a crazy way to think about it.
Yeah, I never even thought about mentorship like that.
A lot of people are looking for a mentor.
Because think about that. People who usually have mentors, they end up just being like the mentor.
Just like their mentor.
Yeah. Like I don't want to be like someone else. I just want to be myself, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you only find yourself, like I said in the beginning, if you do trial and error, you create yourself, essentially.
Bro, everything comes full circle. Damn, that's crazy. All right, so we're kind of touching like an hour now, so I'm gonna want to try and wrap it up a little bit in a really short list. Like, if you had any advice for somebody that's watching this right now that wants to get to where you are in life, like, you know, you're a sign model, you're making money off of something that's not a 9-to-5, you know, you've worked with Dior, and you've met a ton of famous people in the industry. Like, what advice would you give them if they're at point A and they're trying to get to point Kriss? Like, what would you say?
I have this really good quote from Alex.
Shout out Alex.
Alex Jackson at Next Models. He's the agent there. I just recently started hanging out with him. He's gonna love that. I'm gonna pull out this quote, but he said that if you're fuck, I don't want to fuck this
Don't tell
quote
me you
up.
forgot the quote, Kriss.
No, I know the quote. I just don't. I want to say it perfectly.
Okay.
He said, if you can't go party out until 7 a.m. and go into the work in the office at 9 a.m., then you're not good enough for that job. So what I'm trying to say is, if you can't, you know, damn, bro, I'm fucking up the quote, bro. I'm fucking it up because it was such a good quote. All right, give me a second. All right, so Alex Jackson, shout out to you.
You drunk, Kriss?
No. Alex Jackson, shout out to you. If you can go out and party until 7, 8 in the morning and then go straight to work at like 9 in the morning and go in the office, do what you got to do and still do a really good job at work, then you're not good enough for that job. Because if you can't, you know, still live your life to the fullest at your capability, then, and not do what you have to do for your responsibilities, then you're just not cut out to do that job, you know? Because I'm a person where like, I'll have my responsibilities, but I'll still have my time to enjoy myself in this life. Because at the end of the day, bro, what are we gonna take away from this life that we have? We have no fucking idea what happens when we die. So the only thing that's guaranteed is the good moments that we have and the memories. So you might as well party till fucking 7 in the morning, and then do what you got to do. And then just repeat the cycle. I mean, obviously, don't do it every fucking day.
Yeah.
But
we get what you mean, though. You gotta live your life.
You gotta still live your life.
Business.
You know, like the reason why I'm here where I am today, because I'm not gonna lie, I like to party. You know, I mean, not that type of party like the college shit, but I like networking parties and stuff like that. But you know, I like to go meet people. I like to put myself, you know, in like uncomfortable situations. So like, if it wasn't for that, I definitely wouldn't be where I am today, because like most of the people I've met that got me to where I am today, especially in the entertainment industry in general, is from partying for sure. If it wasn't me partying in LA, me partying in New York, I wouldn't, or me partying in Miami especially, oh my God, just that in general, I would not have any of the people I know today in my contacts for sure.
Yeah, so you're telling people they need to party more.
No more parties in LA.
No more parties in LA. Because, bro, like, if, like, that's where you really find people genuinely, like,
yeah.
Like, think about it. If at parties, like, you really get to feel people's energy. Like, you really get to get a sense of who they are as a person, like their personal.
Yeah. It's not like you see them in a work setting.
You see people in a work setting, and that's just a fake bullshit version of themselves. Like, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Like, you see, if you pull up to me at Saks, you're going to hear the bullshit version of me, because I need to do what I need to do for my responsibilities. But if you meet someone outside of that, you know, you see them when maybe they have a couple of drinks, or they might be a little high, you know, they're in a relaxed environment, you know, you get to really connect with them and really understand who they are as a person.
You guys need to go out and network more.
Network.
That's just kind of what I was trying to get, is like network way more. Because like if it's all about who you need, especially in the entertainment industry, you really need to know people for sure.
It's all about who you know.
It's all about who you know. It's not necessarily about the talent. I mean, obviously that comes with it, but like you need to know people. Because without the people, like knowing who you are, then I mean, you're useless. Like you can have the best talent, but like if no one knows who you are, like all right, like shit, no one knows who you are. Like, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like fuck, I'm sorry. You know.
True.
All right, well,
bro.
I mean, we wrapping up. Luke asked his last question, so I'm gonna ask my last question. My last question is, what can we expect from you in the near future, if you can say?
Expect just whatever my heart desires to express in the moment. Right now, I'm trying to express more of, you know, these existential questions that I have right now in terms of like what we're living in right now, like what's considered reality right now. So maybe just expect that to me to answer that question for you.
Well, there we have it.
I guess we'll see.
Kriss Hidalgo, it was nice having you on, man. We had a great conversation, man. I think the people really gonna love this. They're gonna appreciate your raw, uncut, you feel me, unfiltered comments about what's going on in the community and in the scene, you feel me. Tell them where they can find you at on social media.
You can find me at Kriss W Hidalgo. My first name is Kriss. Yeah, it's very different, right? And then my middle name W, so Kriss W Hidalgo, and then Hidalgo's Hidalgo, and you can find me on everything with that username, and my website will be that username as well, or that domain as well.
For sure, Feeling Shameless. We signing out. Thank you for the support. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You know, keep checking us out. Luke, plug yourself.
Oh man, it's Luke Almighty. Too wise. Luke Almighty with 2 Y's.
For sure, Luke Almighty.
Oh, can I do a quick shout out?
Oh, go ahead, bro.
Shout out Mike Amiri for the jacket. Shout out Fendi for the sunglasses. Shout out Kev, as you can see, for the Camino pants.
Yeah.
And shout out Mason Margiela for the shoes.
Yeah. He had to shout out the brands.
Shout out the brands. I'm sorry. Oh, shout out to the Balenciaga ring too.
Yeah, shout out Balenciaga. I go by Sincerely Maine. Feeling Shameless. We out.
Gang.